The people online want you to present your own work. I've been asked specifically, but yeah.
Let's start with the fish.
Okay.
Everybody loves fish. This one is not in a fish bowl. It's not in the ocean. It's hanging on a wall. And this is called Blue Angel. And it's with Prisma pencil, or I'll add a little acrylic or for highlights on rice paper. And I did the presentation, the matting and the framing myself. So I have no room for it at my house. You want to see some more fish?
Yes, yes.
Come over here.
This is the 360 camera. So
Okay. All right. Hello.
Hello, everyone.
These are beta fighting fish. And we have the one to the right is Lady of the Lake.
I love this one so much. I really like Lady. It's so cute when they, are using their little fins.
They're very cute and deadly. So graceful and beautiful. This is why I love them. But I tell you, don't get another fish near them. But that's why I love them. They got fire in them. And this one is Belladonna. And it's
So these are female?
Yes, it's charcoal pencil on paper. The last one is River Bell on textured paper. I love working on textured paper. And all these are original. I have more, but I figured I could have taken probably the whole gallery, so I better stop here. So let's pop over to the side.
Oh, these are wonderful. I love these. And the little ladybug, too.
This style of the circular drawing, it's called Enso. Your image is fitting within a circle. And this is Laura, and it's all on vintage sheet music. So I tell my friends and family, don't throw away any old sheet music. Don't throw away old paper. Just give it to me because I love working on old vintage paper. It has more rag in it, the paper, and it absorbs the medium much better. So almost everything you see here is on vintage paper. And that is called a chop. So that's Chinese, and that's my name, Rebecca Rees, in Chinese. Almost all my pieces have a chop. This is Time After Time. You like the ladybugs? I love ladybugs. Oh, I try to sneak those into everything.
Probably have a lot of ladybugs in your own backyard.
Yes.
That's great.
You can go to the nursery and buy a bag of ladybugs, live ladybugs. You go out to your yard and you just sprinkle them and they'll hang out. Okay, let's look at some sumo wrestlers.
Yes, the sumo.
Oh, we've got a couple left, but they're going like hotcakes. This top one here, it's called shubatsu, and this is the throwing of the salt before a match, and it's intended to purify the dojo.
How do you pull off the shading with this type of...
You water down your ink. So I have a couple different pots of ink, and some is a darker ink, and then I'll have a lighter wash and a lighter wash. And as I'm working, if I want it lighter, I'll just clean my brush and then dip it in the light wash and then just go over it, usually like once. You can't saturate this, otherwise it buckles and it looks overworked. So everything has to look spontaneous, otherwise it won't move. This is Sumo number 7, the same ink wash painting on paper. This guy's definitely going to be gone in another few seconds.
I can hear them grunting.
And here we have Sumo number 4. This is one of my earlier pieces. I like to create the feeling like you're there.
Yes.
So many sumo drawings I've seen in paintings, it's just too static.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't feel that movement.
That's what I love about
Anything
these.
but. And the one right below it, a friend of mine who runs a karate studio, Kenpo Karate, he bought this one.
What I love is that if you're not used to sumo wrestling, you must be blown away by the fact that they do leave the ground, that they do go flying up in the air. And so when I see these, it gets me excited. I'm like, what? That right there must be thrilling.
They flip sometimes.
They headbutt each other in the beginning?
Yeah. I think it's called tachi-ai, I think, when they first make contact.
Oh my God.
Sometimes it's so hard, you see blood coming down off in their forehead. But the harder, the better. This one sold today. This is sumo number 2. Now, once your opponent gets you in an arm lock, there's not much you can do. This is River Queen, and this is a combination. This is a multimedia. It's watercolor, charcoal pencil, ink pen on paper. Again, watercolor paper. This is going to go in someone's bathroom that has much more space, so I'm going to be doing some commission work to complement this piece.
So is it going to be on a different frame, or you're just going to make stuff around it?
This is on the opposite wall, which is good because the next wall that I'm going to be working with, you can do a different frame because it's not right next to it. If it was right next to it, it might look a little unusual. We'll see. When I get to her house, I'll be able to, assess it more.
So you get involved with house, like interior designs and all that?
Sure, why not?
Right, yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah. Here's a beautiful day, and today is a beautiful day. And this is a watercolor on paper. This, though, is not watercolored, the leaves. That is actually an ink brush pen that's amber colored. And then this is a hummingbird, and this is a spatula tail hummingbird. These are amazing birds.
Here in California?
They're not in California, these birds. This one I worked off of photos because I can't really go to Costa Rica. But look at the tail on that. That's an actual hummingbird tail. I mean, that's like 3 times the body size.
When you make this stroke right here, is that with one? You do it with one time?
Yeah, and if you don't, it'll look bad. So you just have to keep yourself loose and relaxed and breathe. And when you begin, you just let it go. It's a good way to release tension, and a good way to relax is to do more sumi-e. This is what I call sumi-e. Like this at the bottom is also sumi-e. It's a one-stroke style of painting, and that's the beauty of it, is it's done on the first stroke.
I don't know if I could handle so much responsibility.
Down here is called the Guardian. And this is a pencil drawing. This is not sumi-e style. This is a pencil drawing because I just love animals. I love nature. And I love motherhood. This reminds me of when I had my little babies. And it's called Guardian for that very reason you can see. And actually on this wall, they're all sold except for Beautiful Day.
You heard that? This one's still available.
I love elephants. Oh my God, I love elephants. On vintage paper, again, very old paper, you can tell it's old because you could tell around the perimeter that it's aged.
Do you remember the source of this vintage paper?
I was cleaning my father-in-law's home after he died and came upon lots of stacks of paper and went through all of it and kept the ones that were not deteriorated because some vintage paper deteriorates. And this one's called My Mama.
Love that contact right there. It means everything.
Yeah.
Because they do that.
And I did spend some time with elephants. It was before COVID. Jerry and I and our son Ian and his wife Katie, we went to a place called Vision Quest Safari Bed and Breakfast, and it's in Monterey, California. It was right next to the Monterey Zoo. So we got to wash an elephant. I got to kiss an elephant. I kissed, it was Butch. I kissed Butch's nose. So that was incredible to be so close to such a magnificent animal. This is called Big Daddy. And a friend of mine, Carol, who's here, she's doing the photography. She gave me a big pile of old vintage watercolor postcards. And she found them at her mother's house. And I took them, and I've been doing a whole series. I think I have about 40, maybe 50 little watercolor paintings of elephants. So I framed a few and brought them here, and people seem to enjoy them as much as I enjoy painting them. This is called My Ball. Nobody's getting the ball away from him.
The hair on the head is so cute.
Yeah, and it is. When they're babies, it sticks up like that. They're so cute. And this is Big Love. And next to Big Love is Little Lady, because you see she has her little foot.
So Animal Kingdom, you never did anything with Animal Kingdom?
No, nothing with Animal Kingdom, but
They're lost.
yeah. Who knows? May also have.
Oh yeah, this is super cute.
For people that maybe don't want framed art, but they love elephants and they want an elephant watercolor or ink wash painting, because actually this isn't watercolor paint, it's India ink, brown India ink. I did a series of these note cards. Let me see, I'll bring one up. Oh, this guy's great. This looks like grandpa, huh? So this is a note card, a blank note card. It comes with an envelope, but you could see on the side of the paper, you could see that's a little bit darker, and that's natural aging. A lot of watercolor artists, they go ahead and they put like a wash down for like a patina. Well, if you have aged vintage paper, it's already there. Anyway, so here's the envelope, and it's blank on the inside. And this guy's name, this is Wisdom. So I have a whole basket of them here. And that's much easier if you want to give somebody a gift that for their birthday, they can have an original watercolor. Here. Another elephant, of course.